Welcome, graduates, families, faculty, and friends. What a great day to celebrate the class of 2026. Please join me in a moment of grounding and reflection. We call in the energy that connects us all, however it is known to you, the love, the magic of the universe, God, light, spirit, mystery, the unknown. Be with us on this day of celebration. We call in our ancestors whose dreams and actions brought us into being, and all of the students and faculty, past and present, who have brought curiosity and wisdom and care to this place. We pause to remember and acknowledge that this is unceded land, stewarded and loved by the indigenous peoples of the Abenaki and Wabanaki Confederacy. Today, we honor the magic of Gould Academy. We lift up the years of work and growth of our graduates, the insights and gifts that they have each added to the Gould community. The learning that has happened here in these magical Western Maine mountains, in the classrooms, on the fields, in dorms, and across campus. We lift up the guidance and love of their parents, guardians, siblings, and friends. We lift up and support the dedication of the faculty and coaches, dorm parents, and advisors. We come together today in joyful celebration. Today, we acknowledge this moment in time. This is a challenging time in our world. We hold in our aching hearts the suffering of war and injustice and feelings of uncertainty, fear, and anger. And at the same time, there is an abundance of love, generosity, and beauty. It's hard to fathom how much our hearts can hold of both of these extremes and all that lies in between. And that is the power and the challenge of being human. May we be strong and courageous enough to continue to hold and see and feel it all. Today we celebrate this unique class of 2026. This group of individuals is fantastic. They are a tightly bonded class who care deeply for one another and the world. They are empathetic and driven in a multitude of ways. They are artists, musicians, helpers, athletes, and scholars. We ask that they carry with them the important lessons of living in a tight-knit, respectful community, those beautiful soft skills of compromise, tolerance, and compassion. We ask that they keep growing, that they keep questioning, and that they keep contributing to our interconnected world. Today, we lift up our hopes for our graduates. May they feel pride in the magnitude of this moment. May they feel buoyed by their growth at Gould to go confidently into the world. May they be safe and move forward as agents of love and healing. May they remember the power of their experiences and voices. And may they go forward courageously with excitement and joy and shine their many different gifts into the world. Amen, and may it be so.
Please be seated. It seems that in late May in Maine, we oscillate between winter and summer, two extremes. We could have had heat and humidity and bugs, and instead today we've got temperatures starting off in the 30s, wind, and I swear when Ella and I were lining up and standing, I saw a couple flakes of snow drifting down. So Hillary, maybe that's what happened to the pipes today, is they got clogged with snow. I think it's possibly sort of an atmospheric inversion of sorts. But thank you all for being here, and welcome. To our families, supporters, and guests who've traveled from far, far away, welcome to Bethel. Welcome to these mountains, and welcome to Gould Academy. To our faculty and staff, thank you. What you do here every single day, this matters, and this moment belongs as much to you as to anyone else. And to the class of 2026, I'll get to you in a moment. But first, I just want to say a few words about the year that we lived. And it was a year. From 3 former classmates standing on Olympic start gates, representing their country and their school on the world stage, and to a group of your peers who contributed to a NASA rover project that swept the podium and won a national championship, Gould was in the spotlight, and we earned every single bit of it. But what I want to share with you, and what I want every family member and friend in the audience to understand, is that Gould is not only great in these moments of spotlight and acclaim, Gould is great in the quiet and unseen moments of everyday life. And it's what I love the most about this school and about this community. Gould is great in the advisor who notices an advisee struggling and without being asked or fanfare, offers a kind word at exactly the right moment. Gould is great in the student athlete who finally cracks the technical problem that's been vexing them all season long. It's great in the collaboration between a student and a teacher that results in an exceptional paper, framed by perspective, showcasing critical thinking skills and self-awareness, submitted on time for a grade that probably no one else will ever even see. It's great in the questions lingered after class, in the apology offered sincerely, and in the hand extended to a classmate, a friend who's struggling. And this is where Gould lives. It lives in the small, deliberate choices, one bite at a time. At the start of the school year, I stood in front of the students and faculty and staff at convocation, and I offered a frame through which to carry us through the school year together. And I called that frame the space between. It was taken from a line by John Green, who was the author of one of our assigned pieces of literature this summer, Everything is Tuberculosis. And what John Green wrote in his book is that we live in between what we choose and what is chosen for us. You didn't choose to be here. You didn't choose everything that brought you here, but you did choose to be here. And in that space between what was chosen for you and what you chose to grow. And that is where your education actually happened. And I want to return to that frame today because I think it has something important to say about the world that you're walking into. We live in an age of relentless distraction. Economists and technologists have a name for it. They call it the attention economy. Every app, every platform, every notification, every device is designed with extraordinary intentionality and purpose to capture what is arguably your most finite and valuable resource, your attention. I have a prediction, and my prediction is that AI is not going to replace you. But I believe it's a genuine threat. Not because it will take your job or your opportunity, but because it will increase your productivity while decreasing your cognitive ability. Increased productivity will increase your busyness, and increased busyness is the enemy of the thing that matters the most. Presence. There was a recent article in the New York Times about what is already becoming a quiet crisis of our age. The erosion of genuine human connection. Not connection through screens, not connection optimized by an algorithm, but the slow, inefficient, irreplaceable work of actually being with another person, of pausing, of listening, of sitting with discomfort, of knowing what to say, of sometimes knowing not what to say, and staying with that person in that moment anyway. That is the work that AI cannot do for you. It's the work that will define your quality of life. Ms. Stack, who has walked alongside many of you through some of your hardest and best moments here, offered up this winter the clearest possible 3-word answer to this challenge. Think, cope, and connect. Think critically, not just efficiently, but deeply, carefully, with your whole mind engaged. cope, do hard things, build the resilience that comes only from having been in difficulty and having walked through it, sometimes with snowshoes on and an 80-pound pack. And connect, build real relationships. Invest in the people in front of you and the people sitting next to you. Choose presence over performance. You leave here today, class of 2026, having done exactly that, in 7 ways that Gould will always recognize as its own. You learn to think critically, to question, to examine, and to resist the easy answer. You learn to innovate creatively, to see problems as invitations, not obstacles. You learn to listen authentically, arguably the rarest and most powerful skill in the world right now. You learn to negotiate complex systems and relationships because life, as it turns out, is mostly that. You learn to lead collaboratively and confidently, not by dominating, but by showing up fully and bringing others with you. And you learn to persevere and adapt because the trail is never exactly as the map said it would be. You have begun, and I say begun because this is truly lifelong work, to live with purpose. At the end of my convocation address, I borrowed a line from the poet Maria Rilke. Live the questions now, because you will then gradually, without noticing it, live along some distant day into the answer. I asked you then to embrace uncertainty, to choose presence over distraction, growth over comfort, connection over isolation, and wonder over certainty. Well, class of 2026, you lived those questions. You lived them on the mountains and in the classrooms, in the dorm, the advisor's office, in the moments the world saw and the far more numerous moments the world did not. You are not finished becoming, but what you have become is extraordinary. Welcome to graduation, to your celebration day. You are ready. Congratulations, class of 2026. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our valedictorian, Ella Wilder. Each year we recognize the member of the senior class who's been at Gould for at least the last 2 years and has achieved the highest academic standing by naming them as valedictorian. To recognize this incredible achievement, their name is inscribed on the scholarship shield, the Sanborn Library, Family Library in Hanscom Hall, and they are invited to give an address to their classmates and to family and friends and faculty at graduation. Ella is a 4-year senior at Gould and quite simply a once-in-a-generation kid. Intellectually gifted, deeply reflected, and 1,000% herself. You can read it on the top of her mortarboard later if you'd like. You can see it in everything that she's done here. As a jacketed ski patroller at Sunday River, her quiet determination and willingness to push herself beyond what she thought she could do earned her that jacket and the respect of everyone in the program. When her junior 4-point left her hungry for more, she didn't settle. She signed up for a Knowles expedition her senior year and came back changed in the ways she'd been seeking. Ella helped found the Current Events Club and was a core founding member of the Ultimate Frisbee team. She traveled to Spain during her sophomore year for a semester exchange program and returned older, wiser, and more mature, full of self-awareness and self-confidence. Ella had a desire to learn, to experience life, to push herself beyond her limits here at Gould, and in doing so, she expanded her knowledge and understanding of herself and the world around her. That same hunger shows up in the classroom. Mr. Kamalevich shared his appreciation for Ella's final paper for War and the Soul, that it wasn't just an essay. In his words, it was an original psychological theory. She took on Maslow's hierarchy of needs and argued with remarkable sophistication that it fails under conditions of war, that when stability collapses, people are not blocked from growth but driven inward toward the core of themselves. She reimagined Maslow's pyramid as a circle, with self-actualization not as a reward at the top, but at the center that we're always moving towards. Ella, you are authentic, thoughtful, driven, and humble. Our deepest hope is that you carry your intellectual curiosity out into the world and let it make a difference. Please join us in celebrating and welcoming to the stage this year's valedictorian, Ella Wilder.
Can't tell if I'm shaking from the nerves or the cold. Good morning, everyone. Hi. I'm Ella Wilder, and it's an incredible honor to be giving a valedictory address on this lovely Saturday morning. I want to quickly thank the faculty, trustees, and Gould community members who have made this celebration possible. We've seen your hard work and appreciate your commitment to detail, to everything except maybe the temperature. Seriously, thank you to everyone who has made this day possible, and thank you to all of you for being here. I'm looking at you, class of 2026. There's also another group of people I need to acknowledge, and that, of course, is my family, who are currently somewhere in this audience trying very hard to keep it together, at least on my mom's side, I'm sure. See, my mom and I have actually been joking about this day since freshman year. Long before we knew I'd be standing up here, we already knew graduation was going to be an emotional wreck. I mean, the signs have always been there. When I was the little drummer boy in the Maine State Ballet's production of The Nutcracker, my mom bought tickets to every single performance at Merrill Auditorium just to watch me appear on stage for approximately one scene. Meanwhile, my dad comes from a much more stoic school of thought, so honestly, a personal goal is to see if I can get him to cry before I sit back down. Mom, I know Gould didn't provide you and Jimmy with a separate tent to process your emotions without disturbing the other guests, but I did place an emergency box of tissues underneath your chair just in case. But seriously, to my family, my grandparents, who have given me the extraordinary gift of an education and a community where I've been able to become the best version of myself I can be, thank you. And to my parents, you can absolutely take credit for all of this. I love you. And actually, before we go any further, I want everyone here to do something real quick. Parents, grandparents, teachers, advisors, find your student for a second. And seniors, find the people who helped you get here. Where are they? Everyone find their person? All right. Hi. Hi, faculty. Hi, Miss Allen. Yeah. Because as much as today is about diplomas and tassels and speeches, it's also about 18 years, or 4 years, or sometimes just one really important year of small moments that slowly added up to this one. I'm talking first steps to last payback, or first words to last leave requests. Somehow, all of these moments in between have led us here, to our first step of the race. Longest warm-up ever. Now, I'm the one with the real struggle, though, because I've been tasked with putting all of it, at least the whole high school part, into a speech. I mean, looking at my own numbers here, how am I expected to take 1,373 days, 51 nights slept outside, 30 classes, 4 rooms, 3 roommates, 2 trips abroad, and fit it into one 30-minute speech? Just kidding, I'm not going to talk for 30 minutes. No, I'll stick to the instructions. An 8 to 10-minute address with inspiring, engaging, and poignant remarks that your class and their families will enjoy. Wish me luck. All right, so as I'm writing this speech, I'm thinking, what can I do in 10 minutes that honors my time at Gould with maximum efficiency? Well, if there's one thing I've learned from 4 years of adventuring and 4 years of dorm move-out, it's how to pack a backpack. So if you all don't mind, I'm going to talk about 3 things from Gould that I'm going to carry with me in my metaphysical backpack once I step off this stage. I'll keep it ultra light for the sake of time. Firstly, I'm going to want to stay warm out there, so I'll need a nice hat. Last year, my advisor Doug Alford knit me this wool hat. It's one that shape may look similar to a number of yours in the audience. However, if you're lucky enough to own a Doug Alford hat, or an Alf hat, as Andy Moses refers to them, you'll know that no hat looks the same. Each pattern is unique, and each color scheme is different. For my hat, each of the 4 colors, orange, green, pink, and blue, represents one of the 4 Beatles, specifically from the cover of the album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, which, if you know me, is incredibly thoughtful and makes this hat a testament to one of the most important bonds I've made at Gould. I got to know Doug while walking the Camino de Santiago in Spain during 2 of our 9 days of Freshman 4 Point in March of 2023. Despite spending the 5 previous months avoiding his gaze after one late night talking to back in the dorm in October, I gradually learned that he was in fact not the scary bald guy that burst into our room to yell at us, as was my impression, but rather a very genuine person with a lot of empathy and kindness. Somewhere between those long days in Spain, which turned into advisory request forms, which turned into long outing club hikes, endless splinting and backboarding during ski patrol, and lots of in-between class visits to Santi, I learned how to trust him and how to trust myself. I think I can speak for many people when I say that when I arrived here, I thought of independence as doing everything alone. I wanted to prove that I could do hard things and that I could handle them myself. Leaning on friends or adults felt like cheating my ability to take care of myself. Now, I think of a famous Swedish proverb that states, "Joy shared is joy doubled, sorrow shared is sorrow halved." Living here taught me that independence is about learning when to ask for help, recognizing the people that are willing to carry both our joy and our sadness. Gould gave us many people that saw us clearly, sometimes more clearly than we saw ourselves. Advisors, teachers, coaches, roommates, friends. These are the people who sit with us in uncertainty, who celebrate our wins and comfort our losses, the people who make us wool hats and advent calendars. These are the people who remind us that asking for help is not a weakness and that leaning on others does not make us any less strong. In fact, I think it's one of the bravest things we learn to do. So when I leave Gould, I'm taking this hat with me, not only because it keeps me warm, but because it reminds me that there will always be people willing to help carry the weight of things if we let them. Thank you, Gould faculty, for carrying the weight of the next generation on your shoulders. The second thing I'm taking from Gould is water. Yes, another essential item for any excursion, but this kind of water is different than what you're thinking. 2 years ago, in March of my sophomore year, Tal Smith gave a moment address at our last formal dinner of the winter trimester, what I like to call the beginning of 4-point season. As is on brand, Tal talked about fish. He told a story where there are these 2 young fish swimming along and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the 2 young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one looks down at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?" At the time, I was preparing to leave for Spain, where I would be spending my sophomore spring. And I remember feeling strangely shaken by that story, because I realized how easy it is to move through life without noticing the things that shape us most. The people around us, the communities holding us up, the routines we complain about that eventually become the things we miss, the ways we affect one another without realizing it. Since then, I've made it my mission to see the water. When the pressures of time and space feel crushing, the idea of existing in this water has grounded me over and over again. It shaped the way I see relationships, the way I move through the world, and has given me a vision for the kind of people I want to spend my life with, people who are also committed to seeing the water. So when we leave this place, I hope we continue to ask ourselves, what is the water? What are the invisible forces that are shaping our lives, our actions? Are we paying enough attention to them while they're still around? The water is about to change for all of us. The bottom may become murky, the current may pick up, there may be rapids down the road. But as long as we stay present, to not forget our place in this powerful and rushing river of life, I have faith that all of us will stay afloat and be better people because of it. So that's the kind of water I'm taking with me. For this final part, I'm going to tell you what's going in the brain of my pack. That's this part right here. The brain of a pack is where you keep the stuff you want quickly accessible, like rain gear for sudden shifts in the weather, or a med kit for unexpected bumps in the road, or a headlamp to show you the light when the world becomes unclear. It's also where we, humans, store our memories, the things we want closest to our hearts. In the brain of my pack, I'm taking pieces of everyone who shaped my Gould experience and made me the person I am today. The memories that make me feel just a little bit safer going into this next chapter of life. I think of my beautiful friends, old friends, Claire, Maeve, Soleil, Hannah, Caroline. My roommates, Bryn and Sadie, who help me into bed when I fall asleep on the floor, or wake me up in the morning forgetting that we have a sleep-in. New friends, Gretchen, Mateo, Ezra, Maria, Rosie. These are the people who have shared memories with me, who make it hard to say goodbye. I know all of you graduates have people you feel the same way about. Think about those people. Who makes it hard to say goodbye? Whose smile, hug, jokes, or handshakes are going in the brain of your pack? We aren't leaving these people behind because the people we spend time with become a part of the way we move through the world, part of the way we laugh, speak, love, comfort others, and understand ourselves. But the truth is, this is still where many of our tears will come from today. We all have people we wish we could shrink down and carry with us for the rest of our lives. Yet today is the day we each take a step on a path that extends away from this campus, and it's a long road ahead. 5 years, in fact, until maybe half of us will be celebrating our time at Gould together again. So think about it. Your first step off this stage is the first step of your greatest adventure yet. We've all got something different in store for us, and no person's path will look the same. But that doesn't change the fact that we once came from the same place, with our diplomas serving as testament to that shared starting point. I know the skills we need to succeed, to live lives of fulfillment and purpose, exist inside every single one of us. Yet your backpack may look different than mine. So I ask you to think about what you're taking from this place we called home. Once you've got it, pack it away somewhere safe, dry, close to your heart. And remember that even when the road gets hard, nothing can take away from the things you've learned and the memories you've made here in this moment. Thank you, class of 2026, and thank you, Gould community, for being our starting point on this journey of a lifetime.
Greetings and congratulations to all of you soon-to-be graduates in the class of 2026, and to the families, friends, faculty, staff, alumni, all gathered here to share this milestone moment with you. We are here to honor you, not just for your achievements and awards, but for who you are as individuals and how you have grown into your unique selves over the course of your time at Gould. On behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, I particularly want to express our thanks to the parents in the audience for placing your trust in Gould as the best community to nurture and guide your children through these formative years. To the Gould faculty and staff, we trustees are especially grateful to you for investing your time, energy, and talents to get to know each individual in this class at a deep level. Through your interactions in the classroom, on trips, in advisee groups, rehearsal rooms, or the Ideas Center, on stage and on the slopes. You have helped this class develop the inner strength and confidence to chart their own paths. The bonds you have forged with individual students will likely be the most memorable and enduring aspects of their Gould experience. I hope you take great pride in how you have helped them grow into the amazing young people they are today. Indeed, by all accounts, this is a remarkable class with an incredibly diverse array of talents and interests. A look at your senior 4-point projects illustrates this well. From urban farming to aviation, firefighting to welding, filmmaking to scuba diving, plumbing and heating to emergency medicine, architecture to athletic training, tower building to land restoration, just to name a few. It's clear that you are curious and adventurous, willing to try new experiences and always supporting each other in different endeavors. You resist being slotted into any particular category. Why not sing in the musical and compete in mountain biking, or be a visual artist and a ski patroller? That is the spirit of Gould. As a class, you have demonstrated bravery and humility, honesty and loyalty, stick-to-itiveness, and humor. You exhibit both grace and grit. More than anything, you have embraced the Gould value of living with purpose and have worked hard to discern your own individual purpose as you chart your path forward from Gould. You are now and forever will be part of the Gould community, a community that treasures human connection and connection to the natural world. May this incredible mountain view always stay with you and remind you of the expansiveness of the world as well as the importance of those connections. And may you always trust that you have the strength of character to reach any summit you choose, supported by the web of human connections that you cultivate and nurture. Well, this all sounds very serious, but one aspect of Gould's culture that I particularly appreciate is that we don't take ourselves too seriously here. This community loves to make fun, to be joyful, and to engage in pure silliness. Laughter is a great tonic, and our featured speaker today, Tim Sample, is a longtime purveyor of that tonic. And I now have the distinguished pleasure of introducing Tim to you, a mere 17 years after he and I sat under the same tent cheering on his stepdaughter, Catherine Raker, and my son, Philip Johnston, in the class of 2009. And Philip's cousin, Evelyn Burns, is now graduating today. Gould's own interweb of connecting threads. Tim Sample was born in far northern Maine, but he tuned his ear to the nuances and unique cadence of Maine storytelling by listening to the fishermen on the wharves in Boothbay Harbor, where he grew up. A bit restless in the traditional high school classroom, he found his way to art school in Portland, where he honed his illustrating skills. He stepped on stage first with a guitar in a rock band, but soon discovered his real knack for telling stories and making people laugh. Noel Paul Stuckey gets credit for having nudged Tim to focus on his comedy act, and his career soon took off. Marshall Dodge and Tim met in 1980 and immediately discovered that they had great chemistry as a storytelling duo, cracking up crowds wherever they went. Tim subsequently became the heir to the Bert and I brand and recorded 5 albums for the Bert and I Company that have sold over 1 million copies. He wrote and illustrated his first book of Down East humor, Saturday Night at Moody's Diner, in 1985, which became a great regional bestseller. Tim has performed in 23 U.S. states and Canada and has narrated numerous audiobooks by best-selling authors, including Stephen King, Joe Hill, and Robert McCloskey. He is also a talented illustrator of many books. Originally recruited by Charles Kuralt from 1993 to 2004, he was a network news correspondent, sending postcards from Maine for the award-winning CBS Sunday morning show, hosted by Charles Outgood. Tim developed such a fan base that when he travels, people often come up to him in airports and ask, "Aren't you the guy from Maine?" Tim's career exemplifies the creativity, entrepreneurial spirit, and originality that we value and foster at Gould. He developed his own brand and built a lifelong career using his creative talents to spread joy through great storytelling. His main humor is subtle, nuanced, laconic, and fundamentally kind. It exudes humanity and humility. As Tim once said, humor is a great lubricant of difficulty. And indeed, humor may be the most important device that you have in your toolkit for life. So please join me in welcoming the man Charles Kuralt called Maine's humorist laureate, the man from Maine, Mr. Tim Sample.
Thank you, Tim. Well, first of all, congratulations and to the graduates and to the whole Gould family. And I am, in fact, the winner of the Tim Sample Look-alike Contest 3 years running at the Freiburg Fair. I am also proud to be a member of the Gould family. I was pleased when I encouraged my stepdaughter Catherine to attend Gould, that she signed up and began her studies. And I knew I was on the right track when she came home on a break and was talking about her math class with Mr. White. And she said she had done poorly on a test, and her mother and I were concerned. And she said, "That's all right. Mr. White simply needs to learn to present the material differently." So I knew we were on the right track. But I am, as I say, I'm honored to have been asked to be a part of the festivities today. And I'm going to do something which is, for me, exceptionally challenging when I'm doing public speaking. I'm going to attempt, we'll see how successfully, to be serious for a few minutes. It may take some work. But I'm going to talk about three elements that have informed my life in powerful and meaningful ways, and which I would suggest are good avenues to follow for the graduating class and for anyone else who happens to be listening, because I think they're important parts of human perception, and they dovetail very nicely with the notion that is a Gould motto of "to thine own self be true." It falls under that general category. The first thing I want to talk about is the notion of narrative. Now, on a personal level, narrative can be described as the story we all tell ourselves about who we are, what we're doing, what our strengths and weaknesses are, and how we fit into the larger world. In my experience, this ongoing narrative can serve as a helpful, steadying influence, providing much-needed balance and equilibrium, and seemingly random, constantly shifting aspects of life are a little easier to deal with if you have a narrative. And I tend to view this inner narrative as a fixed guide rail along the side of a moving sidewalk, okay? I can't stop time. The sidewalk keeps moving, whether I want it to or not, but somehow my sense of myself, my own narrative about who I am and what I'm doing, is a bit of a balance, a stabilizing influence. The problem is that my image of myself at age 10 is not the same image I have at age 15 or age 20. And so periodically, I have learned what I have to do is release my grip, move it ahead on the guardrail, and keep holding on as the sidewalk moves forward. Now, the problem is that if I fail to do that, if I like some aspect of my narrative so well that I hold on, that rail that once was a stabilizing influence becomes a stumbling block, and you can see what that would look like. In point of fact, unless I continue to upgrade and update, I just outgrow my old narrative, and unless I craft a new one, I'm in deep trouble. The second aspect that I want to talk about is connected to that, and it's the element of perspective, and perspective is a powerful element in human experience. I have a family member who's 6'9", and he's much more likely to know what's on top of your refrigerator than you are. Okay? I have another family member who's 5 feet tall, and she's more likely to recognize people by their belt buckles. So, perspective, see, when I was a kid growing up on the coast of Maine, for instance, I was taught that where I was growing up was the oldest part of the country. You know, Popham Colony was founded in 1607. That's old, right? Well, years later, I get to know my friends in the Wabanaki community up in Washington County. I go out to the Rio Grande Valley in New Mexico, and I realized there was, for centuries before anybody showed up in Popham, there were thriving communities. So my perspective changed a little bit. okay? And it was important. And when I graduated high school, which, by the way, was not a foregone conclusion by any means, but I managed to stumble through, I think mostly because my high school teachers realized I had been accepted at art school in Portland. And I said, when I had an art teacher, I was in my senior year floundering around, and she said, why don't you go to art school? I said, what's art school? She told me about it. I said, do they have any math? She said, no. I said, where do I sign up? So I had been class artist. That was part of my narrative. And I go to this art school, and suddenly I'm in this environment where everybody else is all the other kids who knew how to draw. Cool. That's awesome. But what we did was we sat around a studio, and the art instructor we'd have a model, or we'd have something we were drawing or painting, and there'd be like 20 of us in a circle, and we would sit there and draw. And about 20 minutes before the end of the class, the instructor would stop, and we would do a critique. We turn inwards and we talk about the work, and we talk about how it came out, and something hit me. I don't know what I expected to be taught at art school, but what I learned was no two drawings look exactly alike, because all the variables were different. Everybody sat in a different place, and the light was coming from a different point, and it looked different to them, and they had different senses of what they were trying to express. That was a powerful life lesson that I've never forgotten. There wasn't a right and a wrong way to draw that picture. There was your way of drawing that picture, and your way, and you had an idea. Was it I sometimes do, and I said I could do better than that. I could shift it a little bit, but I had to be true to the gifts and the abilities that I perceived. And that was something that I embraced then. I have attempted to embrace throughout my lifetime, that I have a sense. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it when I see it. That's the creative urge, the way the song sounds, the way the picture goes. I know when I've hit it, and I know when I've missed it. But that is an inside job thing. It's an internal thing. And the last item that I want to talk about today is a bit of a cautionary tale. And I refer to this as the myth of the shining path. It's an incredible seductive and destructive aspect of human cognition. Who among us? See, the shining path says, kind of opposite of what I learned in art school, which is you have to figure this out for yourself, get help with this, work it out. The shining path takes that, my sense of narrative and stability, my sense of perspective, and throws them out the window and says, there's one right way to do it. And I got to tell you, there have been times in my life where I was confused, I was disappointed, I was upset, I didn't know what to do, where the seduction of the one right way was pretty powerful. And I got sucked into what, for lack of a better term, I'd call a religious cult. And that was when I was young, and they told me all the things to do. If you do it this way, everything will be fine. You'll be fine, and more than fine, you'll be right. Your way is right. That's what the one true shining path says. Your way is right, which of course means everybody else is wrong. I didn't quite catch that at the beginning. And I have to say, years and years, and I stayed in that an embarrassingly long period of time. But I realized at the end, the seduction of being right all the time was crushing, because it was so obviously untrue. It was so obviously false. And what I realized over time was that I had to let go of that shining path. And in order to do that, we mentioned Stephen King. Stephen King is an old friend of mine, and he knew me when I was going through this period of time, and he said, what was the hardest part of being in that group that you were in? I said, getting out of it and admitting I had gotten in the first place, okay? That was embarrassing, and I'm here to be a champion for embarrassment. If you're not embarrassed on a regular basis, you simply aren't paying attention, okay? Life is fundamentally embarrassing, and I'll tell you why. Because, and this, you may not know this yet, but you will figure this out. Everybody, me, these people, all of you, we're all ad-libbing all the time. There is no, I thought growing up that I'd get to be some age, 15, 20, something like that, and they'd open the curtain and say, this is what it's all about. No. It doesn't work that way. So what happens is embarrassment enables me to ask for help. It enables me to say, I'm not sure, I'm confused, oops, apparently I made a mistake. How might I do better next time? And it turns out the people I admire the most in life are the people who are willing to say, I've made a mistake, I need to learn how to do better, I have to find out a different way to solve this problem. And over time, you know what? We make progress. It was mentioned earlier. We're in difficult times. We're in some very challenging times politically, culturally, ecologically, you name it. There's a lot going on in the world. But I see people rising to the occasion all the time. I see people solving problems that weren't even perceived as problems 20 or 30 years ago, and they're finding innovative, interesting ways to solve those problems. So I encourage all of you, keep an open mind, not so open your brain falls out, but an open mind, and be willing to admit that you don't know everything and that there's always something to learn. And one of the things about embarrassment for me, and having been through the myth of the shining path and gotten out the other side, I now have a perspective. When I start thinking, I'll hear some stupid thing on the internet or somewhere, and I'll go, how in the world can anybody think like, oh yeah. That's how they can think like that, because I thought like that. You see what I mean? And that little bit of empathy enables me to see, a different point of view. So I'm going to encourage you today to go forth from this event balanced by narrative and encouraged by changing perspectives and willing to be informed by the innate wisdom of making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. Congratulations. Take care. And it's going to be strange, I'll say that.
And now it's time for announcements and awards. The Cum Laude Society. In 2014, Gould Academy was granted charter with the Cum Laude Society. The society was founded in 1906 to recognize the scholastics of seniors in secondary schools. The object of the Cum Laude Society is to promote learning and sound scholarship. At this time, I would like to announce the names of the senior class members of the Gould Academy Cum Laude Society. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all names have been called. Evelyn Rosa Burns. Emmett Cleary Cameron. Alex Ladle. Andrew Halbert Moses. Bryn Elizabeth Newsom. Owen Martin Sullivan. Mateo Vinigra Ocampo. Lauren Elizabeth Vigneault. Eleanor Susan Wilder. Gould Academy's 2026 Cum Laude Society.
Gould Book Awards are given to students who achieve academic excellence in a specific subject. The recipients are nominated and chosen by the faculty in each department, and a book is chosen and inscribed by the faculty member who currently teaches the student. It is my honor to begin with the English Book Award. From the very first day of class to the very last, this student brought deep curiosity and lively engagement in class discussion on texts ranging from Sophocles to Toni Morrison. Whether he agreed with their ideas or not, he put in the time and effort to seriously engage with each author we studied and extended the same intellectual generosity to his classmates in discussion. The intensity of his intellectual inquiry was matched by his wry sense of humor and delight in learning for learning's sake. For his hard work, energy in discussion, and love for ideas, the Senior Book Award in English goes to Andrew Halbert Moses. The Gould Scholar Shelf Awards are awarded annually to students who are known for their curiosity and leadership in creating an inclusive and dynamic learning environment in a specific subject. Each recipient is nominated and chosen by their department. To honor them, a book will be added to the Sanborn Family Library's permanent collection. Today, each department will announce the Scholar Shelf recipient for their department, and we ask that the students stand so that we may recognize you. The English department is pleased to announce this year's Scholar Shelf recipient is Sienna Maisie McKinley.
Morning. History Department. The Senior History Award goes to a student who has demonstrated exceptional curiosity, perspective, and insight on contemporary global political issues. Furthermore, as a senior, he has been a leader in promoting cultural awareness at Gould. The Senior History Award, I am very pleased to say, is a former student of mine, twice, Mr. Andrew Halbert Moses. And the Senior History Scholar Shelf Award goes to Hercules Fritz Johnson.
Okay, the Mathematics Book Award. This student's curiosity and consistent effort led her to the highest levels of high school mathematics. She continues to exceed expectations by tackling challenging, unfamiliar subjects while maintaining an appreciation for the complexity and beauty of mathematical methods. The Mathematics Book Award goes to Evelyn Rosa Fern. The Scholar Shelf Award. I just want to take a moment. It is not every day as a teacher you get to teach somebody who finds a passion for a new subject and pursues that passion on their own in and out of the classroom. And to honor that, Will Roach Maddox is the Mathematics Scholar Shelf Award. The Computer Science Award. The Computer Science Book Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated excellent curiosity and an extraordinary trajectory of technical growth. Beginning his journey with foundational Python program, he has pushed himself beyond standard expectations, ultimately learning kernel module and user space tool development for Linux in C. His drive to understand how systems operate at their most fundamental layer highlights a rare level of dedication, insight, and problem-solving maturity. For his impressive skill, perseverance, and passion for pushing technological boundaries, the Senior Computer Science Book Award goes to Yvonne Primek.
The Science Book Award. The Senior Science Book Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated exceptional curiosity and determination in tackling college-level scientific concepts. This student goes beyond mastery, thoughtfully considering the broader implications and real-world applications of their learning, continually asking why these topics matter. The Senior Science Award goes to Alex Legel. The Senior Science Scholar Shelf Award goes to Emmett Cleary Cameron.
The Innovators Book Award is presented to the graduating senior who has fully embraced experiential learning opportunities offered through the Marlin Family Idea Center. This year's recipient has demonstrated an exceptional ability to understand the interactions between complex systems and how to apply those skills in meaningful and ambitious ways. His work helped connect and unify the engineering team's projects, often serving as the glue that made success possible. He became such a constant presence in the Idea Center that when he was missing from check-in, he was often assumed to be there. More importantly, he has used these experiences and skills to develop here as a foundation for pursuing even greater opportunities beyond Gould. Through curiosity, creativity, courage, and a persistent drive to grow his ability through those experiences, he embodies Gould's values and fully embraces the spirit of innovation and experiential learning. It is with great pride that we present the Innovators Book Award to Yvonne Primek. Senior Scholar Shelf Award goes to a student who has used his skills for entrepreneurial adventures, and I am very proud to congratulate William Cy Henry.
The French Book Award. This student is recognized for a rare balance of creativity, intellectual curiosity, and thoughtful engagement in the classroom. Through humor, perseverance, and a genuine willingness to take linguistic risks, he has become a confident and dynamic presence in French, consistently elevating discussions and demonstrating an ability to engage thoughtfully and confidently with native speakers. His ability to combine insight, kindness, and authentic enthusiasm for learning makes Emmett Cleary Cameron a most deserving recipient of this year's French Book Award. The Spanish Book Award. This student is recognized for his motivation, curiosity, and genuine enthusiasm for learning Spanish. Eager to practice the language whenever possible, he engages naturally and positively both in and out of the classroom, while his kindness and humor consistently bring out the best in those around him. Through strong work habits, perseverance, and a willingness to keep speaking, learning, and connecting with others, Henry Coburn Groman has distinguished himself as a deeply valued member of the Spanish classroom community and a most deserving recipient of this year's Spanish Book Award. And on behalf of the Language Department, our Scholar Shelf Book Award goes to Alex Lagle.
Good afternoon. I'm here to announce the book awards for visual and performing arts. First, the Theater Book Award. This student has a tremendous stage presence and an amazing vocal skills. She has the ability to immerse herself in a role and develop the character she is playing while also paying attention to and supporting her fellow actors. This year, the award goes to Charlie Cherie Hilliard. The Book Award for Visual Arts. This award goes to an artist who is always looking for ways to improve. She was willing to put in long hours and was extremely patient with her work. She was also a great studio mate, helping those around her when they needed it. It was a pleasure working with her, and I'm happy to give this award to Hannah Lee Perry. The Art Department also has two Scholar Shelf Awards to give this year. The first going to Hercules Fritz Johnson. And the second going to Ezra Peregrine Karwacki. Each year, the Arts Department faculty convene to discuss work created by the students in the visual arts and choose a piece to purchase and remain here at Gould Academy. as you can see by Ms. Head holding it here and defending it against the wind. This year's work was selected by Jun Chow Wallace. Thank you. The Gail A. Foster Award. Gail A. Foster was an instructor at Gould Academy. He taught photography, physics, and operated the camera club. As a photographer, he gained an international reputation. An award in his memory was given by Martin Bove, class of 1946, one of his students who is currently a professional photographer. This award is given to the student who has exhibited the most outstanding work in photography this year, Camila Esperanza Grandio. And the Ralph Gould Music Award, awarded to the graduating senior for improvement, excellence, and contribution to the school in the area of music. This year the award has two recipients, Brandon Sean Phillip and Henry Coburn Roman.
Outstanding Senior Athletes. These awards, the Joe Roderick Award for boys and the Francis Highbury Award for girls, recognize a senior boy and girl for outstanding competitive spirit through example in overall competence in athletics. Named in honor of Highbury, who taught at Gould from 1957 to 1978, and for many years coached the girls' basketball and softball teams. As a coach, he worked to instill teamwork, good sportsmanship, and pride in playing for the school. Given each year to a senior girl who has exhibited outstanding competitive spirit, leadership by example, and overall competence in athletics, the recipient of the award this year is Sienna Maisie McKinley. Joe Roderick taught physical education at Gould for 29 years. In addition, he coached football and acted as a trainer for all sports. His encouragement and enthusiasm for athletes were a positive influence on many Gould graduates. Given each year to the boy who has exhibited outstanding competitive spirit, leadership by example, and overall competence in athletics, the recipient of the award this year is Zachary Turner Garfield. The William P. Clough III Award. William P. Clough III was the headmaster of Gould Academy from 1983 to 2001. This award was created upon his retirement to recognize a snow sports athlete who demonstrated outstanding character, attitude, and leadership. The recipient of the award this year is Zachary Turner Garfield.
The Gould Academy Alumni Association Award. The Alumni Award is presented by the vote of the faculty to a student who is the child or grandchild of a Gould Academy alumnus or alumna and who best reflects the high standards of the Gould Academy Alumni Association and the school's motto, "To thine own self be true."
This award is presented this year to Finian Sullivan Baker.
The Todd Student Ambassador Award, established in honor of John Todd, an esteemed alumnus, faculty member, and Gould parent. Mr. Todd, a member of the class of 1960, served in the U.S. Navy before joining Gould's faculty in the 1980s as Director of Development and Alumni Relations. For over 3 decades, he dedicated himself to advancing Gould's philanthropic endeavors and promoting its mission and values. This award, carefully selected by the admissions and development teams, celebrates the outstanding service of one underclass student and one senior who has demonstrated exceptional commitment as Blue Key student ambassadors during their tenure at Gould. This year's senior award winner, Lauren Marie Pelletier.
The Senior 4.0 Award. We have been fortunate this year to witness our seniors present truly outstanding independent projects. Before announcing the awards, I would like to acknowledge what has been a very challenging month for emergency management agencies across the state of Maine. And we appreciate the members of the Bethel Fire Department for being here with us today and for the service they provide to our community. First responders are the backbone of a community, selfless, courageous, and always ready to serve in moments of crisis. Their dedication, compassion, and commitment to public safety provide comfort, protection, and hope when it is needed most. They are everyday heroes whose strength and sacrifice help keep communities safe, resilient, and united. This award is presented to the senior whose project best exemplifies the 3 values at the heart of every Gould endeavor: the energy to try, the willingness to risk, and the capacity to persevere. This year's Senior 4.0 Award goes to a student who more than 3 years ago came to me and said, "I think I want to be a firefighter." Zach Garfield. The recipient of this year's Senior 4.0 Scholarship Award goes to one of Maine's newest EMTs, Lewis Anderson.
The Jan and Lorenzo Baker Award. Jan and Lorenzo Baker devoted 35 years to Gould Academy, challenging students to be courageous and open to the world around them. Art Department head Jan Baker inspired students to explore new perspectives and techniques for artistic expression. Dean of Community Life, Lorenzo Baker, helped students become strong individuals and leaders within their community. The Jan and Lorenzo Baker Award is bestowed upon a member of the senior class who best exemplifies the qualities that the Bakers fostered: personal courage, an adventurous and creative approach, and a clear vision of themselves and their world. I am pleased to announce that this year's award goes to Zachary Turner Garfield.
The Annie Daly Courchain Award. Given in memory of Annie Daly Courchain, class of 1986, this award celebrates the spirit of student involvement in social, political, and environmental causes. It's presented to a Gould Academy student who reflects Annie's determination to make the world a better place. The recipient of this year's award is Andrew Halbert Moses. The Owinga Citizenship Award. This scholarship, named in honor of Dr. Marvin T. Owinga, who taught history at Gould for 30 years, and his wife Tinica Owinga, who also taught French for 30 years, is awarded to a member of the Gould student body who embraces the spirit they both exemplified in their lives through acts of selflessness, compassion, and thoughtful humanitarianism. The recipient of the Owinga Citizenship Award is Zachary Turner Garfield.
Linwood Lindy Lowell Award. Lindy Lowell worked at Gould Academy for over 30 years with a smile and a kind word or a helping hand for anyone in need. By vote of the senior class, the Lindy Lowell Award is given to the member of the senior class whose friendly personality and helpful nature have brightened the lives of their fellow classmates in the Gould community. I am pleased to announce that this year's recipient is Sadie West Smith.
The Melmac Principal Scholarship. This $2,000 scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior who has made a difference in the lives of others and that of the community, a solid school citizen involved in extracurricular activities, a student who has exhibited a commitment to public service, an individual with the potential to make a difference in the world. Very proud to present this to my student, Edward Zane Connolly. The Sarah Hebert Lane Scholarship. Sarah Lane was a beloved friend, family member, and neighbor who passed away too soon on September 11th, 2025, leaving a marked absence in the lives of those who knew her. The Sarah Hebert Lane Scholarship was created in her memory to reflect the values she embodied: compassion, perseverance, and a deep connection to nature. This scholarship aims to carry forward her spirit by helping students pursue their education and dreams. The first recipient of this $1,000 scholarship is Claire Green. This morning, we're delighted to introduce Lucas Preble, the operations manager at ND Paper, to present a very impressive scholarship to one of our seniors.
Hornigas. Over the past 76 years, the University of Maine Pulp and Paper Foundation has provided scholarships to more than 4,000 students. We support over 160 students annually with full and partial tuition scholarships to study engineering at the University of Maine. With more than 60 corporate members in all 50 states, we are increasing the number of scholarships awarded because of the increasing demand for engineers. We offer more than just a scholarship check. We provide mentoring, paid co-op, and internship experiences, and all of our students enjoy 100% job placement and graduate with little to no student loan debt. With that, we are pleased to award a scholarship valued at $32,000 to study chemical engineering to Evelyn Burns.
I am pleased today to welcome Christopher Casey to the stage for a special presentation to a member of the class of 2026.
Good morning. Everybody cold? All right, we're going to do something a little different. I'm an old Army guy. Everybody stand up. You got 30 seconds. Shake it up. I've been freezing, just rattling over here. I thought everyone was seeing me shake. I can't be the only one shaking. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So needed. Oh, my goodness. So needed. All right. I hope you needed that as much as I did, because I was just shivering coming through all of this here. I am a West Point grad, 1985. I am a Navy dad of 2024. I've been doing admissions for a really long time, and this is the best part that I ever get, when I get to stand in front and talk to folks and recognize people, outstanding young people like yourselves that are graduating, and usually one or two in your class that are doing something a little bit different. Each year West Point gets about 13,000 to 14,000 applications. Through the course of the next year, people will go through and try and qualify academically, scholastically, physically, medically. It's not an easy task. You have to get a nomination. And at the end of that year, you get down to about 2,600. Of that group, about 1,100 will get offered admission. It's less than 10%. Makes it very difficult to gain admission into any of the service academies. Maine usually sends 5 to 6 kids to the academies. Some years we might even have a couple more, because again, it's based on your representation in Congress. It was especially challenging this year. We had a higher number of applicants and a much higher number of qualified folks that made it to the end. This year we only have 3 from Maine that are going to West Point. One of them is coming from your high school. That is impressive. Yeah, I know who you are, don't worry. Immediately after arriving at West Point, every cadet memorizes the following words. Over time, they came to mean more to me than anything else other than my classmates there. Duty, honor, country. Those 3 hallowed words reverently dictate what you ought to be, what you can be, what you will be. They are your rallying points to build courage when courage seems to fail, to regain faith when there seems little cause for faith, to create hope when hope becomes forlorn. Duty is what we do, honor is why we do it, country is how. I'd like to introduce an outstanding young American in the class of 2026 here at Gould. who is stepping up to accept the challenges inherent in a West Point appointment and the next 47 months of excitement that I'll talk a little more about once he gets up here. Jasper Wills is one of those rare individuals who has accepted the path to West Point. Jasper, if you'd come on up here. Stand there and smile. West Point is undoubtedly one of the leading leadership institutions in the world. Around for more than 200 years, we've produced leaders in every aspect of the country, not just military. It's 4 years that most folks would never want to actually launch themselves into voluntarily. It starts with cadet basic training. Yours starts in 1 month. I remember when mine started on July 2nd. My daughter happened to start also on July 2nd, 39 years later. Yours is June 29th. You will remember that date forever. Because that will be the day that everything you're used to is taken away from you and given back to you about 1 penny at a time. And you learn to appreciate it more. And as the speeches that came through, which are just outstanding, that's why I congratulated your valedictorian here. It's one of the best speeches I have heard from a graduating senior. And it's really impressive, and it speaks well to your school, to you all that are standing here, or sitting here in front. You're not standing, luckily. Long presentations. Plebe year is really hard. Jasper's going to go, and he's going to have times when he really wishes that he was back here. I'm just saying, man, I thought things were hard. Oh my gosh, I had no idea. He is going to need to work with his classmates, just like he's worked with y'all here, and so much tighter, because if he doesn't, you fail alone, you succeed together. The motto's been around forever. You all have heard it, even as young as you are now. It is true. Whether you're at a place like West Point, you go to college, you go to a tech school, you go to work, it doesn't matter. Work together, have friendships and family to support you. In recognition of Liam's outstanding character, intelligence, drive, leadership, and craziness to want to accept this, he was offered and has accepted an appointment to West Point. That is equivalent to a 4-year scholarship in excess of $400,000. Trust me, he will earn it. It is not an easy path. It is a very difficult path on purpose. We live in very troubled times. There's no hiding that. As I've been doing admissions for a long time, to be both in times of war and not, we're in times of war again. It is good to remember and understand that after 1973, our military became voluntary. You all don't have to worry about getting drafted. That's a good thing. It's a great thing for our country because the people that are moving in to leadership roles are volunteers. Less than 1% of the U.S. population serves on active duty. So if I can pause for a quick moment, if you are ever in the military, would you please stand up? Thank you all for your service. Truly, obviously, we're just a week after Memorial Day. Liam, Liam, my goodness. I did a presentation a week ago at the other academy down the road, who was sending your classmate to be, Liam Snodgrass. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Good. You're going to want to know him well, because you guys are probably going to want to hitch rides together when you're coming back and forth to Maine. Helps you get here so your parents aren't always running down to get you. Service is not free. I hope all of you will keep in touch with Jasper, be it a little bit or a lot, depending on how you connect. You've never not known technology, right? So it'll be pretty easy to see what's going on and hear what's going on. share stories, support one another. It'll be important because what he goes through is going to be way different what you're doing. And he'll appreciate it. He'll like the escape from the intensity from the moment he wakes up until the end of the day. He will appreciate any support that you send his way because it does take a long time to get through that first year when everybody is sir or ma'am to him. And anything they say, he basically has to do. It's a different world. Jasper, your family and your friends, your classmates here, this community, everybody is extremely proud of your achievements. I wish you the greatest of success, continued success. You've been successful already, and you're going to continue to be successful as a cadet, and sooner than you can believe, as an officer leading our sons and daughters in the United States Army. At this time, on behalf of the President of the United States, the Superintendent of the United States Military Academy, I am proud to welcome Jasper Turner Wills to the West Point class of 2030. Congratulations and go Army!
All right, we're getting there, folks. Hang on a little longer. The sun's going to come out and there'll be bugs this afternoon, so just be thankful that we're shivering right here, right now. The Elward F. Ireland Award. The late Elward F. Ireland, headmaster of Gould Academy from 1940 to 1959, created an award upon his retirement, which went to the 2 students of the senior class who exemplify service, leadership, and character. I am pleased to announce that by faculty vote, the award this year goes to Kelsey Emily Doyle and Lewis Daniel Anderson. The Headmaster's Bowl. The Headmaster's Bowl is awarded annually to the senior who has exhibited the highest standards of scholarship, character, and service to the school. This year's recipient embodies all 3, but what sets him apart begins in the classroom. Emmett Cleary Cameron arrived at Gould with academic ambition, and he never let up. Over his time here, he has completed 18 honors courses, AP courses, and advanced courses. A curriculum as rigorous as any student has undertaken at this school. But it isn't just the course load that distinguishes him. It's what he does with what he learns. Emmett's intellectual curiosity pulls him beyond the classroom and into the world. He spent a summer at the Tufts Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, where he wrote an extended research essay exploring diplomatic solutions to the war in Ukraine. He attended the Camden Conference multiple times on international affairs. He completed a senior 4-point project interning with his local state representative in Massachusetts, bringing his interest in civics and public service directly into the halls of government. And he joined his AP government course as a junior and promptly raised the academic bar for everyone in the room through his depth of research and engagement in debate. His French teacher offers a particularly vivid window into who Emmett is as a learner. When preparing for the AP French exam last summer, he proactively sought out a plan for success and then followed through with remarkable discipline. In the classroom, he speaks only in the target language, using humor and creativity to navigate abstract topics such as nuclear disarmament and women in science. Emmett leads by doing. That phrase, leads by doing, captures something true about Emmett's character more broadly. As the co-leader of Reach Out, one of Gould's student service organizations, he simply didn't hold the title. He scheduled meetings, asked hard questions about how to deepen student engagement, and then organized our school's fundraising campaign for the Dempsey Challenge, coordinating signups, rallying volunteers, and inspiring his classmates to connect physical activity with community and philanthropy. He also served as a prefect during his junior year, a role that reflects the trust his peers and his community placed in him. Emmett is kind, curious, genuinely oriented toward the world beyond himself. He represents the best of what we hope a Gould education can produce. A young person who takes his gifts seriously and puts them in the service of something larger. It's my honor to present the Headmaster's Bowl this year to Emmett Cleary Cameron. As you have learned by now, Zach Garfield is not only a 6-year senior and a member of the Bethel Volunteer Fire Department, but an active and engaged member of our community. Zach sometimes highlights his time as a transformer, we learned recently. At other times, he channels his inner singer in a heavy metal band. He is the self-proclaimed Chief Assistant Head Dog Feces Field Inspector at Gould Academy. And next year he will be heading to Babson College, where he will be a member of the varsity alpine ski team. He's an accomplished member of our Gould community and a truly exceptional human being. It's my pleasure to introduce and to welcome Zach as the selected speaker for the senior class.
That's a little better. How we doing? Awesome. Good morning, faculty, parents, proud relatives, and most importantly, the class of 2026. We made it. Look around. We're actually wearing these ridiculous synthetic robes, sitting in these strangely uncomfortable folding chairs, and looking incredibly sharp doing it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Zach Garfield. I'm a 6-year senior, and it's my privilege to be the class of 2026 commencement speaker. I'd first like to start with 2 thank yous. First, to my parents, especially my mom. Without her, I would not be standing here today. Her hard work, love, care, and passion have been pillars that have supported me and allowed me to navigate my life through. And for that, I say thank you, Mom. I love you. Secondly, I would like to thank my peers for entrusting me with being our class speaker. I may not be the smartest or calmest member of our class, yet you still chose me, and I am forever grateful for that, so thank you. Being the Dean of Students' son put me in an interesting position where students thought they could use me to get out of trouble. This was not the case. Instead, when this happened, I urged my peers to face whatever they may have done head on with a conversation. I tried to help them become the portrait of a Gould graduate, someone who is a strong, independent student who can think critically. However, I eventually took my own advice and used this to become a firefighter, something that would forever change my views and ways of carrying myself. I found a purpose at a very young age, and I'm extremely fortunate for that. This doesn't make me any better than anyone. It just makes me me. So if you haven't found it yet, keep searching and waiting for that purpose. Everyone has one, they just come at different times. For that, I thank my peers, not only thinking I had the power to fix their problems, but also for helping me find a missing part of myself. When I look back on our time at Gould, many memories run through my head. Every time I find myself in these thoughts, I can't help but realize how special we all are. I can't help but realize all the amazing lives we are building, and that for the past 4 years, we were fortunate enough to build those lives together. From the rigorous classes, our driven athletes, and even sometimes the Gould handbook that we struggled to follow. We did it. We made it. Today we celebrate that and look back on all those times, all the memories, the friendships that we built. We reflect and celebrate ourselves and the many accomplishments, whether it may be academic or athletic. We celebrate it all, and we have the privilege of doing that together. That is something we must cherish, as we only get this once. But with that celebration, it also means we've come to the end of an old beginning. We've come to an intersection where we all go our separate ways, and that's okay. Many of us will stay local, many of us will travel across the country, some even to different countries. While this is scary, it's also a blessing. I realized this when sitting in on a student panel here at Gould. When on the panel, one student always came from guests. They asked, "What is your favorite part of Gould?" My answer was that Gould allows students to follow their own paths, passions, and dreams. That's exactly what we are doing. Every one of us is going on a journey that we chose. We're all gifted with this opportunity to try new things, make new friends, and expand our horizons. However, this doesn't mean we lose each other. No matter what, we, the class of 2026, are one tight-knit community, and this only gives us something to look forward to when we come back together for alumni events and reunions. Something that will make these events so special is how your time at Gould has the ability to forge unbreakable friendships along the way. No matter what grade you were in, everyone was friends. For me, I gained what I see as some lifelong best friends. To Owen, Zane, and Emmett, you made my experience here true and unforgettable. The many memories and times we had nothing to do, so we did nothing together, are what make these bonds so special. However, this isn't just me who got this. When someone looks at our class, they see the D Block boys keeping us entertained. They see our fabulous Holder prefects, who remarkably resemble stepbrothers. Yes, Finn and Henry, that's you. They see the studious Garen girls, and they see the day students who fill senior parking with our cars all day, minus our rusty runs. We are seen all over the place here at Gould, and no matter what, we are together in every setting, making the most of it and always laughing. Whether it's academics, athletics, or just doing nothing together, we do it as one, and that is special. If you told me on our first day here that we would eventually be sitting here today, I would have believed you, mostly because I was desperate to finish. But if you told me how we would get here and how much Red Bull it would take, I wouldn't have believed a word of it. We didn't just survive our time here, we were shaped by it. We lived our time at Gould challenging ourselves and taking every event head on. As Zane Connolly once said in AP Gov one day, "You can never face your problems if you run away from them." This is the motto the class of 2026 lived by. We took Zane's inspirational words and ran with them. Whether it was our burgers on Mountain Day, even though I forgot the lighter and frantically searched cars for one, or our senior prank ending with a fire in the lower fields till 5 a.m., or even our JC record. Whatever it was, we ran with it, and we were the best at it. While one of those sounds bad, that being the class of 2026 led in JCs for 3 out of our 4 years, yes, we swept the podium. We aren't bad people because of this. Every single one of us is an amazing person and authentic in our own ways. Instead, I see this in a different way. I see classmates who aren't afraid of failure, who aren't afraid of expressing themselves, and who aren't afraid to pick themselves up, try again, and grow. This brings me hope for the class of 2026, as it's proof that every one of us will live lives of purpose, filled with joy and what's important to us. And we will always be ready to grow, adapt, and make ourselves better. To me, that's rare and something worth celebrating. When reading previous classes' graduation speeches, many of the speakers discussed the hardship their class went through due to COVID. However, we did not have this. Instead, our class was the first class to get the full Gould experience again. For freshman 4-point, we traveled all across the world for the first time in years. We got it all here, and it shows. From the senior 4-point projects to what our class has done on the side, such as becoming ski patrollers, EMTs, architects, builders, pilots, scuba divers, firefighters, and, most importantly, members of our community. If there's one thing Gould teaches students, it's that community is important. While this comes at different times for everyone, my biggest realization of this was after I joined the fire department. After showing up and putting in the work, the members of the department came to support me. Whether it was during my senior 4-point presentation, or even here at this graduation ceremony, they came. Thank you. This showed me what community is all about, and became a major part of my life and character, hence the helmet on my head. This is something that I see each of us carrying in the future. We will all find our place where we go. We will all become part of a new community and bring our lived experiences to them. We will share the lifelong friendships that we formed here at Gould. We will share all the crazy stories of things we got to do, whether it was doing tricks in T-72, going 77 miles an hour down Monday morning, or camping in the woods. We have so much to share, and that is a privilege. Just maybe after sharing all this, you might just find your purpose within your new home quicker than you thought. With that, I can't say what's to come for all of us, and I definitely can't give you advice about how to handle it. But I can say that no matter what, we will always have each other and the bonds we built here, and that somewhere out there is a new opportunity waiting for us to grab it and run with it. So make sure when that opportunity comes, you take it. And as we leave this place and everything it's given us, I think there's one final thing we're saying. Not about what we've done here, but about how we carry it with us. I'll leave you with this, the class of 2026. The dean and student's son may not have all the answers, and I surely can't get you out of this. But I do know this, it's time. I don't think life was meant to be understood. It's okay to not understand what's happening in the moment and figure it out later. I think life was meant to be felt. By spending so much time trying to figure everything out, trying to fix, explain, solve, and control, we lose sight of what's really important. Let life flow through you like a wave, all the fear, the joy, the moments of sadness, and the moments that don't make sense. Let it all go. This isn't you losing control, it's you becoming. The sadness and fear of life come when you hold on to what's meant to be in the past. Just like our experience here, it was borrowed. The beauty of our time at Gould was never in the holding of it, it was in the moment of it. With that, don't rush to escape the opportunities that come your way. Live them. It's okay to not know what's next. So feel the moments that you have now. Feel this graduation and the celebrations that follow. Feel the excitement when you walk across this stage. Feel it all, as it's your only chance to. And after doing this, don't race to find direction. Enjoy what's right here in front of you. The same way I enjoy going down Church Street in the middle of classes, blaring sirens and honking a horn to a fire truck. Life is short. Go find your fire truck. One last time, seniors.
Seniors!
We, the class of 2026, are here. We did it. Congratulations and thank you.
And now the moment that we have all been waiting for, shivering, patient, the awarding of diplomas. If I stumble through the names, it's only because I can't feel my lips right now. That's all. All right, here we go. That's not the right one. What? Oh, yes, it is. Oh, it is. It is. It is the right one. But you're not Ella. No. Okay. All right. Just checking. Sorry, Ella. You can stand. Apparently my brain has gone a little numb too. Eleanor Susan Wilder. Jacob Harrison Allen. Louis Daniel Anderson. Finian Sullivan Baker. Evelyn Rosa Burns. Emmett Clary Cameron. Chen Shuai. Edward John Connolly IV. Fernando de los Santos Martinez. Kelsey Emily Doyle. Ava Elizabeth Eccles. Yohiro Ejima. Brenna Gale Frazier. Jackson Henry Furneaux.
Zachary Turner Garfield.
Charlotte Sky Boris. Camila Esperanza Grandois.
Claire Hahn Green.
Henry Coburn Groman. Charlie Cherie Hilliard. Hercules Fritz Johnson. Ezra Peregrine Karwacki. Magnus Alexander Brown Kearney. Linnea Grace Keller.
Elias Lundquist Kelly. Alex Lagle.
William Roach Maddox.
Congratulations, Will. Well done.
Colin Joseph Martin. Sienna Maisie McKinley. William Cy Minery.
Andrew Halbert Moses.
Bryn Elizabeth Newsom. Atsushi Ozakai. Hannah Lee Pear. Lauren Marie Pelletier.
Brandon Sean Phillip.
Yvonne Primack. Colby John Reiser. Noah Nathan Shapiro.
Well done.
Sadie West Smith. Owen Martin Sullivan. Lauren Elizabeth Vigneault. Mateo Viniegra Ocampo. Junchao Teng Wallace. Jasper Turner Wills. Seniors? Woo!
We have come to the end of our ceremony. Blessings to you, class of 2026. May you listen to that inner voice that knows who you are and all that you are capable of achieving. May you find your path forward. You are needed in this world right now. This is no coincidence. May you feel your power and harness it for good. May you stay grounded in nature. Remember the mountains, the sunsets, the feeling of the earth under your feet. May you remember the power of community and the responsibility that we all have to one another on this planet. Go forward in health, joy, and courage. Amen, and may it be so. Congratulations.
Gould Board of Trustees, faculty, parents, families, and friends, I present to you the class of 2026. You guys are heading out that way. You guys head out that way. Seniors, follow the pipe. You guys head out. Woo! Congratulations.